Hi, Bryan. Just wanted to take a moment and say thank you so much for your 3 years of service as the chair of the Smart Beginnings Virginia Peninsula Board. Thank you for your dedication and commitment to young children and their families, and I wish you the best on all your future endeavors. Bye-bye.
Hey Bryan, I just wanted to send a quick note thanking you for all the hard work that you've done with Smart Beginnings. You have really been committed to the cause, committed to the program and the organization. And boy, you navigated some waters as we were changing leadership and really need to refocus on what we were doing. And into some incredibly tumultuous times as I think you, as the head of the board, and the professional team have really been leaders towards trying to figure out how we help folks during the pandemic and how we come out the other side and make sure that we're able to provide the services we need to provide. But coming off a strategic plan, taking control, then changing leaders, I really think your calming and steady influence has been great for this organization at a very important time. So I can't tell you how much I thank you. You helped me along as I showed up on the board and said, what are we doing here? Also congratulate you, because as much as you have a passion for it and you're committed to it, I know when you're involved in organizations like this, it is a ton of work, and you're to be congratulated for being able to pass it along to someone else. But you do so with the organization in as strong a hands as I've seen it since I've been involved. And once again, I just can't tell you how much I appreciate your commitment to the community, your commitment to this organization, and your commitment to the children of the greater Virginia Peninsula. So thanks, man, and look forward to working with you in the future.
Hi Bryan, I just want to take a few seconds from Emerald Isle to say thank you for all your work as chair for the past 3 years, and also your work as vice chair with me. You have led us through some exciting times and some challenging times with the new executive director, new structure, budget discussions that are ongoing, and I just want to thank you for all the time that you've given Smart Beginnings Virginia Peninsula. We've really benefited from your leadership, and I look forward to continuing to work with you as just a regular old board member. So thank you.
Hey Bryan, thank you so much for your service over the past 3 years. It's really been a pleasure working with you, and I know I can always count on you when I send that email and to help out with anything that I need, especially Give Local 757. You've been such a great support for that endeavor, and we really appreciate everything that you've done on behalf of young children and families on the peninsula. So we are sad to see you go, but hopefully you will stay engaged.
So, Bryan, you have been the board chair for as long as I've been at Smart Beginnings. So, I just want to say thank you for the time and the sacrifice that you have put into this agency, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you for your 3 years of service to Smart Beginnings and your devotion to early childhood. We did not have the opportunity to interface that often, but I was very aware of all the support that you gave us through our transition in the past year and a half or so, through getting the new executive director as well as moving locations. So thank you so much for everything that you did to support all the great work that we're doing.
Hi, Bryan. On behalf of the Prenatal Universal Screen Program, I'd like to thank you for your leadership for the last 3 years and your support of our program and Smart Beginnings as a whole. Thank you and good luck in the future.
Hi, Bryan. I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate your leadership. From the moment that we met during the interview process and I heard your story about how you came to be in leadership at Smart Beginnings, I knew that we would be able to work well together. The fact that you actually centered your child as the reason why you wanted to be involved in the mission of Smart Beginnings Virginia Peninsula really impressed me. And also because you were a young man that had learned that developing leadership would serve you in all walks of life. I think the other piece that most impressed me was that you made the connection between what you do for your child has a direct impact on what is done for every child in our towns and cities and neighborhoods. That we all have a moral obligation to make sure that kids' lives are better. Now that we've worked together for almost 2 years, I can say that your steady, calm, thoughtful approach is much appreciated, and I have been learning from you along the way. The other part that I think a little birdie told me about is that you enjoy Star Wars. And because my son, who is also in his mid-30s, grew up with Star Wars and a lot of other things that you may have in common, I thought I would share some leadership quotes that I found from different characters in the movie that I think depict your leadership style, for which I'm so grateful. So the first one comes from Hira Sindola, and she said,
"If all you do is fight for your own life, then your life is worth nothing."
So you know, Bryan, that leadership is about people. It's not about your needs or you. And I think that you have led in a way where you leave the lives of others better than how you found them. And then from Qui-Gon Jinn.
Always remember, your focus determines your reality.
So what we focus on tends to determine how we view our current situation. And when we focus on the right things, then reality will change. You have embodied that in your leadership for the last 3 years as chairman of the Smart Beginnings Board. And what would Star Wars analogies be without Princess Leia Organa?
Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope.
So great leaders know that they can't do leadership alone and that they have to be willing to ask others for help. Last of all,
truly wonderful the mind of a child is.
Everybody knows that's Yoda from Star Wars Attack of the Clones. So I don't know if you remember, but probably you do because you're the expert at this, that Yoda often asked for advice of young Padawans that he trained. And once a child suggested that someone must have erased the planet from the archive memory, a simple and logical assessment, and Yoda accepted his answer. So sometimes as adults, we overcomplicate our solutions to problems at hand, but all great leaders like you seek out unbiased third parties like the mind of a child. So I'll end my tribute to you, Mr. Bryan C. Witt, with an original Chewbacca figurine that I still have in my house. And again, thank you for 3 years of leading the board of directors at Smart Beginnings Virginia Peninsula. If I was brave enough, I'd make the Chewbacca sound, but I'll let you all do that for yourselves.
Bryan, we are really proud of you, and when it came time to thank you for all you've done for Smart Beginnings, we couldn't be left out. If we were going to lend you out to do anything, it would be this great work. Thanks for all you've done for the community. We love you.
I love you, Daddy.